Tiffany. Thank you, New England Wushu Academy. Calvin Wang and Xiao Yi Chen. Thank you so much, you guys. Kids, you guys were amazing. Which part was your favorite, Tiffany? Mine was a fan.
I mean, I feel like it's the kick and the jump and the backflips. I was like, oh my, to be young again, everybody. Let's move on to the next section of the program. We do have a couple speakers to come up before we get to the food. I know everybody wants to get to the food. But what I want to say is thank you so much to our representatives at the State House for coming here to Saugus at the Kowloon.
Absolutely, Tiffany. Absolutely. Thank you to all the reps that are here today. And do you want to introduce the first one that's going to be speaking?
Absolutely. I hear our House of Representatives would like to come up together. So that will be Rep. Taki Chan and Rep. Howard. Let's give it up for our State House representatives.
Thank you so much, Tiffany. So good to see you again tonight. Good evening, everyone. My name is Vanna Howard, as Tiffany just said. I am one of the 7 state representatives in the House Asian Caucus. We have 7 members on the Massachusetts House Asian Caucus. So really the caucus, the House Asian Caucus, include with Rep. Taki Chan and I and 7 members who couldn't be here, 7 other members. But Donald Wong, who is, as you know, Donald Wong, everybody knows Donald Wong. He's one of the 7 House Asian Caucus members as well. And really, our job on the caucus is to really to bring greater awareness of the issues that facing our AAPI community, but also at the same time is to increase participation and representation of Asian in the state of Massachusetts. So that's what we do as state representative, but also that's what we do to really promote the challenges and the needs that Asian API members, population resident here in the state of Massachusetts face daily. And so that's why we're so grateful that the Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association, in partnership with the Massachusetts Restaurant Association, held this gathering every year. This is my 3rd time here attending the annual gala to really to ensure that our members, our restaurant members, aware of all the available resources available to them to make sure that they are not just surviving but thriving. And we all know how difficult it is to run a business, especially in the restaurant industry. And so thank you to everyone for hosting this, to all the advisory board, to all the sponsors, the event sponsors, to Kowloon for hosting this again. So really, it takes a village to ensure that our API are well represented, because as you know, we are the fastest growing population, not just in Massachusetts, but across the country. We make vital contribution socially, economically, and politically. And so we need to be well represented, and we need to be recognized, for our contribution. So thank you so much for having me here tonight. I know we are between us and the food, and so we're not going to take too long. That's why we're going to be brief, right, Rob Chan? So thank you so much again.
Thank you, Representative Howard. Thank you again for having us here at this thing's too big. Thank you for having us here tonight again at the Restaurant Association meeting that you have. And of course, the great work you all do in importance to the economy. On behalf of Representative Wong, Representative Schmidt, Representative Mom, Representative Idaho, and Representative Nguyen, we all wish we could be here together, but unfortunately a lot of us have different events around the state at different times, and thankfully the 2 of us could make our greetings today. One of the important things of this event is to bring a lot of resources together. You have some great panelists here, as well as our homegrown Jimmy Liang and Tiffany, who I've worked with over the years, but Norman, Loretta, Christina, and Connie, and many others. Because one of the challenges in the industry that I deal with as the chair of the committee that deals with all kinds of licensing is that resource acquisition is not easy. Right? It's not just about manpower, it's about getting accountants and attorneys and wholesalers. It's very involved. And it's also getting landlords and property to be able to build your dreams. And with that, I just want to do a quick introduction of a friend of mine, because actually a bit of a treat here. We have Bill Kelly, who sits in the corner over there. You can stand up, Bill. Bill is the former general counsel of the Massachusetts Alcohol Beverage Control Commission, and he was also the executive director of the Massachusetts Beer Distributors. So those in the industry that get beer, he was the executive director for that industry, which does all the shipping of alcohol. And he's currently retired and able to do some private practice on his own, which, again, this is a conversation will bring resources to you to have consultation on things that may be going well, maybe things you would like to have, and sometimes things do go wrong. And it's good to have someone to talk to. And when my friend Ming here in the front row, wearing blue, he does a lot of property transactions with the Korean community and other different communities as well. He's a very well knowledgeable about the real estate and landlord and tenant systems in commercial businesses. Again, another person they should come up and meet. So it's a big networking opportunity for all of us here to talk about things that are important. But again, these kind of panels, and of course recording this on video for the people who are working, is a big part of our ability to contribute to help your businesses grow and succeed. So with this, I thank you very much for your time and your patience, and you all enjoy a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Rep. Tacky Chan and Rep. Vanna Howard. And for our next guest, we have the 26th Auditor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Diana DiZoglio. Thank you, Diana.
Hey everybody, good evening. I said good evening, everyone. There we go. I just want to make sure everyone's still awake here. It's so great to see everyone. Y'all look good tonight. This is a really, really exciting event. I am your state auditor. My name is Diana DiZoglio, and some of you might be wondering, why is the auditor at a restaurant association event? And I was actually asking myself the same question, guys. But no, in all seriousness, I am here tonight simply to support all of you, to thank you for your investment in our communities, to thank you for helping to create jobs for folks across our communities. Thank you for your service. And thanks for keeping folks across Massachusetts happy. We know we love to go out to our restaurants. We don't thank you often enough as state officials, and we should. So I'm here tonight to say thank you. Thank you to everybody at MARA for all that you do, all the organizers, the volunteers, people that help to put on this amazing annual gala. And to all of y'all who work in the restaurant industry, look, I served before I became the state auditor in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I served as a state representative and a state senator, and I can tell you during that time, I actually was the senator who filed that bill during the pandemic shutdown period, which I'm sure many of y'all know. Can I come up here? Is this okay? Is this okay? Good, because I can actually see you all now. These lights are so bright, y'all. Better me seeing you than you seeing me with those lights on. I'm over 40 now, okay? Yes, thank you. We have jokes tonight. When I was a senator in the state senate, I actually filed a bill during the pandemic shutdown period. It was the Cocktails to Go bill. Does everyone remember when we had cocktails to go in Massachusetts? And thank you. It was a great bill. We worked really hard on that. Yes, we especially love it back here, but folks had said, why are you filing this bill as a state senator? And I remember getting calls from a lot of you as the chair of the Small Business Committee at the time, which I was, and you said, Senator, we are really struggling. Our doors are shut down. We can't make ends meet. We're not allowed to sell anything that we have here right now. We can't have people in. The pandemic is destroying our local small business community, especially our restaurants whose hands are being tied by these various regulations. We need creative solutions to make ends meet, to make sure that our businesses don't go under. It's not just our small business, but it's all the people that we serve in our community, all those people who we hire, and then their families that are impacted by this. So in speaking with you, we were able to come up with that legislation, draft that bill. It was something small, but it was something. And make sure that we drafted that bills regarding cocktails to go and allowed y'all to sell cocktails to go. And that was a great thing that we were able to do in state government. I want to thank my colleagues in the legislature who were just up here, Representative Vanna Howard and Representative Tacky Chan. They were instrumental in helping to pass that. But I say that because we in state government, we should be here. Okay? This is not just an annual event. This is not just another event where we get together and we celebrate. That's certainly fun. We appreciate the opportunity to get dressed up and spend quality time. But we as your state officials come here so that we can hear about your concerns, and then when you have a need, so that we as your elected leaders, so that we can then take action when it counts most, when you need our assistance. We cannot do anything that we do without you at the table with us, continuing to keep us informed about what challenges need to be addressed. So that Cocktails to Go bill was just an example of some of the things that your state government can do. My office right now, the Office of State Auditor, what are we doing now to help your small business community? We're auditing the unemployment insurance system here in the state of Massachusetts to try to make sure that we're keeping your rates down when you play into that unemployment insurance trust fund. We are auditing agencies like the Massachusetts Growth Capital Corporation to make sure that when they're distributing those state grants, those funding opportunities that are very competitive sometimes in nature, that they are distributing those in compliance with their diversity standards, that they're distributing them in accordance with the law regarding ensuring that they are distributing them correctly to minority-owned and women-owned businesses who we know are underrepresented here in the Commonwealth. We need to make sure that the Asian American community has a seat at the table, that your voices are heard, and that those values that we all share here tonight, that those are reflected in the decisions made by your elected leaders. So I am here to let you know tonight that alongside of our local legislators, the Office of the State Auditor has your back too. We continue to work on your behalf. All the restaurants in the Commonwealth, those here tonight, to make sure that your voices are heard loud and clear in state government, that we're protecting your tax dollars, and that we are revisiting those areas of state compliance and regulations to make sure that those things that are passed into law are actually serving this community and beyond. So thank you so much. I wanted to offer this citation on behalf of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It says, be it hereby known that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts hereby recognizes the Massachusetts Asian Restaurant Association for your dedicated service to Asian business owners and employees. Thank you for all that you do to promote economic growth and Asian cuisine and culture across the Commonwealth. We thank you so much. Come on up. Let's say a big thank you to these guys for all that they do.
1, 2, 3, smile.
Thank you so much, Auditor Diana DeZoglio. You were such a great public speaker. We all know why you really came. You thought there was karaoke tonight, girl. So thank you so much. And for bringing that citation, which is such a big deal here. So the next speaker, oh, there is karaoke. Okay, now it all makes sense then. Now it all makes sense. She gets the first song then. So the next person I'd like to introduce is a commissioner on the Massachusetts Asian American Commission. It also happens to be his birthday. So give it up for Gary Yu.
Thank you. Hello. Hi. 大家好. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. I'm Gary. Yeah. It's a great honor to stand here tonight to celebrate the Mara Gala. As the commissioner of the AAPI Commission, so we just bridge between the community to the government. So I still think we have the grant for support the Asian restaurant. So if anything you need help, just let me know. So maybe we can help more for the restaurant for our community. And tonight, so I saw a lot of fans here, and we are old fans and then the new fans. And also, I want to appreciate the thank you. Your contribution for the small business for our community is very important. Thank you for the owner, for the staff, for the chief, and for all the support. And then finally, there's a levy do together and let got a future more better, better. And last thing is 中秋节快乐. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. And for our next speaker, he's actually a very good friend of mine. And it also happens to be his birthday as well. So a big round of applause for Gary. And welcome on stage, Mr. Steve Clark. And happy birthday, my friend.
Fantastic. I'm glad you found that out. So first of all, they didn't get an appropriate response when they were introduced, but how about our host tonight? Tiffany Chan for WBZ, who does a fantastic job covering restaurants all the time, and reigning MRA Restaurateur of the Year, JP Fuji Group, Jimmy Lane. So round of applause for them. Also, thank you guys for putting me right before the food. So I know I'll be quick because I see the food is already out. But thank you very much for our partnership and everything that we have done in the Mass Asian Restaurant Association and the Mass Restaurant Association. I believe this is our 3rd gala and 4th major event that we've done. So thank you all for everything that you do. We are so proud of our partnership. I said I'd be real quick, but it doesn't mean that I'm talking about will be any less important. Bobby mentioned it earlier, and also round of applause for Bobby. He's the most generous man in the restaurant industry. Anything that anyone asks, he does. So thank you very much, Bobby, for all that you do. But Bobby mentioned earlier, vote no on 5. This is a ballot question that has been brought forward by people from California that will fundamentally change the way the restaurant industry in Massachusetts operates. The MRA has been working hard in opposition to this question for months, and we are prepared to continue to fight it. We are opposed to it for 3 very simple reasons. 1, it will take money out of tipped employees. This question seeks to change the way that servers and bartenders are compensated. It will bring them up to a base wage of minimum wage, which sounds great, but then they want everyone to share tips with the entire restaurant. So no server, no bartender wants that. We surveyed this question back in March. 90% of servers said they were opposed to this. So the servers are opposed to it. If this were to be implemented, most restaurants cannot afford to make it happen. It's an average cost of $18,500 per employee. That's a lot of cost to build into a menu, into a struggling industry. So it impacts employees, it impacts employers, and it impacts consumers, because ultimately their prices are going to go up. We don't have to look much further than Washington, D.C., where this was just implemented. 10% of full service jobs have been lost. 96% of restaurants have higher prices and have implemented 20% service charges. And we have closings across the way. So it is vitally important that you talk to your networks and talk to your friends about no on question 5. There's plenty more information to find out about that at protecttips.org. Go find out about it, go get educated, and talk to people. But November election day is about 56 days away or so. So we'll see you at the ballot and vote no on 5. Thank you all very much, and let's have a great night. Thanks.
Steve, thank you so much for all the work that you do at the State House. I'll be calling you tomorrow for an interview.
Absolutely.
So I know we've all been waiting for this.
Thank you, Steve.
Should we eat? Let's eat.
Let's eat, you guys.